The 2023 versions of the Annihilator and the Diva versus the 2021 Annihilator and the original Diva. In today's video, we're going to discuss the sound differences and also other differences that you might find between these two versions. And if you own these two, should you then upgrade to the new one or stick with the old one? Let's find out. Hey friends, Tim, welcome back to Beyond Gears Audio, and I can't begin to tell you guys how excited I am and how blessed I feel to get to do these comparisons from the comfort of my own home. Thank you so much to KeepWeep for letting me borrow, yes, he let me borrow $5,000 worth of gear. Thank you so much, man. I can't believe you would trust me this much and you trust me to send these back to you eventually, which I'm probably never gonna do. Now let's start this video out with the Diva. Now the Diva original was released around 2022, so the 2.3 version just came a year after that. The immediate difference in the build that you'll see is in the nozzle. The nozzle on the 2.3 version is a big improvement. The new nozzle is metal. It has the ear tip grip as well, and also a protector grill here that on the original doesn't have. So it protects the, stuff from falling into the tubes. Nozzle size is what really surprised me, because taking a look at these two side by side for the first time, I always thought that the metal one would be slightly bit bigger, but no, the metal one is actually a tiny bit smaller. A couple other small differences to note is that the 2.3 shell is a little bit bigger, like very slightly bit bigger than the original Diva, though it didn't really make it any less comfortable than the original one, so quite insignificant. The other change is the connector on the original Diva sits closer to the vent than the new one. The new one sits a little bit further away from the vent. Besides that, the other differences when you purchase the 23 is that it comes with the Aries cable, I believe now, from Effect Audio, as opposed to the Liquid Links Conti that comes with the original Diva. One other thing I should mention is that the new boxes for both the Ani and the Diva comes with these sleeve, while the old ones don't come with any sleeves. All right, it is sound quality time. How different is the 2.3 versus the original? And for the Diva is functionally identical. Like, it sounds pretty much the same, barring slight unit variations. When I test out the original Diva versus 23, I didn't notice any significant differences that I would say that it's been retuned or anything. And even looking at the graph, you can see that they're basically the same, barring slight unit variations. All three bass options also look pretty much the same and sound pretty much the same. So if you had demoed the 2.1 Diva and you're not confident about the 23 Diva, you're thinking the sound might change, I can tell you right now that it didn't. Now the Annihilators, on the other hand, there are differences. Starting with the construction first, the first thing you notice that's different again is in the nozzle. Just like the Diva, the new nozzle is just better. It's metal, it has the grip now, it has the grill to protect stuff from falling into the tubes, and it's also 0.1 millimeters smaller than the 2.1 Annihilator. Size of the shell wise, in this case, it is the same, whereas the Diva was slightly bit bigger. Faceplate options, and this is something I don't think a lot of people know, is that if you ordered the 2021 Annihilator, you had many options in faceplates. In the 2023 though, you have 3 options in faceplates now. Now beyond that, there's really nothing else that's different construction-wise between these two. There are rumors floating around though that if you buy the Ani 2.3 in the future, it won't come with the Liquid Links Martini anymore. Right now, as of filming and publishing this video, it still comes with the Martini, but in the future, it might not anymore. Now for the sound differences, and with the Ani 2.3, like I said, there are differences. In the 2021 Annihilator, the sound is just very balanced, but also leaning towards the top end. So a lot of upper mid-range and tons of world-class executed treble. It is the chef's kiss of treble, best treble I've ever heard in my life. And the signature overall is just overwhelming sense of clarity, but at the same time not coming across thin in any way. Like every element in the mix is just well separated, well executed. Nothing is really like overlapping with each other at all. It's just clean, clear, and with so much treble nuances that it will surprise you. And it does all of it without being fatiguing in any way. I love Ani 2021. It's one of my favorite IEMs ever. 2023 changes that a little bit. It trades off a bit of mid-range clarity for bass texture or bass realism. So in the Ani 2021, the bass was never the star of the show. The bass was just good, great, but not endgame great, if you want to put it that way. But in the 2023, the bass sounds more realistic. It sounds overall more textured and it has more physicality in it, but it trades off clarity in the mid-range. Like, it doesn't sound as clean, clear as on the original Ani 2021. Now, luckily, the treble performance is pretty much the same, is left pretty much untouched. So you get the same amazing treble in the 2.3 as you do in the 2.1. The only difference is, again, is you're trading mid-range clarity overall for bass texture or bass details, if you will. That might be a pro or a con depending on who you are and what you like. For me though, personally, I prefer the 2.1 because I like that sense of clarity. I like it to be a technical monster. That's the whole point of buying the Ani for me. But if you're more of a bass kind of person, then I think you'll be more happy with the 2.3 version. So again, either pro or con, depending on who you are. All right, some final thoughts. If you own the Diva original, you don't really need to upgrade to the 2.3 unless you want better construction, I guess. You could switch, the sound is the same, so it's a very safe switch. If you own Ani 2021, I say keep it because there are so many people hunting down the 2.1. I know at least 4 or 5 people just in my Discord who would love to buy your Ani 2021 for full price. It's crazy that there's a lot of people hunting this thing. However, if you do own the 2.1 version and for whatever reason you want better bass, then maybe give 2.3 a try. And if you demoed the 2021 version and you really loved it and you're gutted that you can't buy the 2.1 version anymore, is the 2.3 version that big of a difference in quality? I wouldn't say it's big. So for example, let's say the 2.1 version is a 10 out of 10 IEM in my book. I love the 2.1 version. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I would rate the 2.3 version a 9.85. And that number can switch. If you're into bass more than overall clarity, you might rate the 2.3 version as a 10 out of 10. And you might rate the 2.1 version as a 9.85. But again, the quality differences is very insignificant. So you can still buy the 2.3 and very much enjoy what the Annihilator has to offer. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. Thank you again to Keep Weeb for loaning me these units. You're really not getting it back, by the way. I'm keeping them. For real, for real.